Welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the amazing world of animal fact and fiction. And now, insects used as weapons of war. Roll tape! Now, what about animals being used in warfare? Well, we happen to have here, if I could get it on this pin, an insect. And would you believe that in history, throughout history, insects have been used as weapons of war? Now, the first apparent documented case comes from 72 BC in the Greek town of Demokritos, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Romans were tunneling under the city for a sneak attack, but they were discovered by some sharp-eyed Greeks. So do you know what those Greeks did? They took beehives and sealed them with mud and then tossed them into the tunnels where they broke open and drove out the invading Romans. In 195 AD, the Romans got a similar treatment when they invaded the town of Hatra in Iraq. But there, instead of beehives, hornets were placed in pots of pottery that were sealed at one end and then hurled at the invading Romans. And again, that drove them off. During the Middle Ages, insects, and again we're talking basically about bees, wasps, and hornets, the stinging variety, were used many times. Henry I used beehives against enemies. And in one Prussian town, when invaders from the north were about to overrun the town, nuns at a convent who were keeping bees let loose those bees from their hives to attack the invaders and drove them off. That town today is known as Bayernburg, which translates as Bee City. During World War I, Germans set up booby traps that included beehives. And as recently as the Vietnamese War, the Viet Cong also set up booby traps using ferocious giant Asian honeybees to attack Americans. In fact, the ploy was so successful that it said that our Defense Department considered trapping those bees and using them against the Viet Cong. So I think this is amazing that throughout history, sharp, strategical minds came up with the idea to use bees, hornets, and wasps as weapons of war. Almost beyond belief. That's why we say sometimes truth indeed is stranger than fiction. Now, until next time, may the power of the cosmos be with you. Yes! 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 And again, may the power of the cosmos and of the insects be with you. Yes, yes, yes.